Hey guys, welcome back. Illusion here with you again, like always, back for another episode of the DNS Tech Pack. So as you can see, I've been busy. I made the base a little bit less ugly, and I said that in the last episode that I was going to try to work on getting the bricks installed, and I made a redstone exchanger, and just it came through and just was starting to switch it over, but I'm more happy with the way it looks now than the quarried, but I think with a little bit more touches kind of as we go, it'll get better and better. That's my hope, at least. So that's kind of where we're at with the with this stupid Enderman. But here's what kind of the inside looks like. I like how the inside turned out. I wanted something that's kind of factory-ish, but kind of very rough, kind of with the steel scaffolding. So I'm liking the way this looks. I put the white on the floor. So yeah, it's not bad. It's getting there. It's definitely better than what it was. I think everybody can agree to that. And then I went ahead and cobbled up a second layer and just blocked everything out with cobble so I can kind of get an idea of where things are at. So yeah, and then I'm going to try to curve this kind of to mirror this as well, kind of in a weird way. So yeah, not bad. So I really don't know what I'm going to work on today. Let me show you what other thing I did camera. Last episode we did the mob spawner. And my daddy always told me to work smart, not hard. So in here, what I went and ran to the nether, and hopefully, come on, anytime. Come on, really? There it is. Yeah, work smarter, not harder. So I went and grabbed it, took a safari net, went to the nether, grabbed one of those dudes. I've only killed one of them. That's because they escaped. But just letting the grinder deal with it. And you can see I got 31 heads so far to start dealing with the wither. And there's my blaze safari net. So you can see how much it's running. You can see how many coal compared to how many wither heads. So the drop rate is relatively low, and they do not give you necrotic bones. That's the one that I killed. So the drop rate's pretty low. But while I was working on the base, I just stuck it in there, and a few hours later, that's what we had. So, you're not gonna hear me complaining. I didn't have to do any work. I didn't have to make a cleaver. Didn't have to do anything extra. Just have a time investment, which I was working on the base. I was changing out bricks, so it didn't really matter to me. So you can see we got a fair amount of loot. Got 2,700 bones and 1,600 arrows and almost 1,300 essence, and I cut it off at 200 blaze rods. That'd be okay for now. 260 ender pearls. The ender pearl actually, the enderman's actually turned off. Just the wither one's running. But you know, 1,200, almost 1,200 gunpowder, and you can see the loot chest kind of building up. So not bad, and I've gotten a fair amount of loot bags, and usually I just open the loot bags up and I take and put them in the AE system. That's why there's not any in here. But I've gotten a lot of emeralds, lots of ender pearls, a couple diamonds, gold. I did keep this chest plate. I didn't burn it because it has soulbound 1, and to get soulbound, oh well, it's like a, what is it? What am I trying to think of? One of these. One of these or one of these. Maybe it's a vibrant crystal. And the enchanter to get soulbound. So I just like, yeah, I'll just keep that, and I'll strip the enchant off when I get ready to start dealing with enchants. That was a random place for a piece of string. You can see where I have my blocks down for my exchanger. Okay, and I did get 5 unknown dimlets. So like I said, what are you doing down there? Just burn that, I don't need it. Let me see, I've got my magma crucible transposer. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, put a double layer in there. Yeah, looks like I cleaned everything out. So I don't know what I'm gonna work on. One other thing I should say down here, I don't know, I didn't point it out, but I don't know why it does that. That's 2 blocks high, but 3 drums of essence, and this one's full. Basically, I got tired of switching them out, so I was like, screw it. So 1,000 buckets of essence, probably okay for right now. And this is still hammering out the gasoline. I actually had to put a 3rd drum, and it's already got 100 buckets in there. So yeah. So I made a clipboard with just kind of tasks that need to be done, and I really don't know what I'm going to do today, and probably going to do a cut until I figure it out. But here's just some of the things that I've put on my list. You need to automate the inscribers for AE so we can actually make more AE. That's the first thing you do in AE, is teach it how to make more AE. So the first 2 kind of go together. I want to get an enchantment room with some essence berries, because hopefully when we get more better armor, put some better enchants on it. In fact, my armor's not enchanted now, which, you know, we could be doing that. And now that we got 1,000 buckets of essence, you know, we could make use of that. AE2 room. I had dug out an AE2 room, but unfortunately, the stairs kind of covered up the entrance, so I'm probably going to have to move the entrance. So that's there. So here's kind of the AE room. It's not much, but it's something I had dug out. And right over here goes to the power room, where will be the power station, so I can bring my AE2 cables over here. So I kind of had it all in mind, but the stairs kind of screwed that up. And the stairs were just kind of a last-minute decision yesterday. I was just gonna have so maybe we'll just have to do something. And I got a theme laid out for that, or planned out in my head. All right, quarry. We need to have resources coming in at all times. So, got a couple ideas for that. Digital miner, of course, is an easy choice. That means we got to get into mechanism. This has to have quarry plus, so we could get a quarry, one of those super big quarries. I already got the RF tools quarry, but I had a little trouble setting it up, trying to get all the way down to bedrock, and got ender quarry. So, and make a decision there. And then of course we have funky locomotion, so I can make a mining drill thing. So that might be fun. A cobble generator, we can make that up so we can start making bedrockium. And to go to the deep dark, better tools, RF tools. I want to get a RF tools dimlet, or a dimension going to quarry. That's what I'm thinking about working on today. And then we need to get into oral tripling. So lots of different tasks. And I know I've been kind of spending a little bit of time on tech and not much of anything on magic, but I'm not going to start Thaumcraft until I have AE up and going. I've been noticing I've had a little bit of blue slime around here. So Thaumcraft's put on hold until we have a solid AE2 system, because I'm going to take full use of Thaumic Energistics, because I can't imagine playing without Thaumic Energistics. All those stupid jars and pipes. Oh, gross. So I'm going to run around here until I make a decision, and we'll come back and we will find something to do. So I'll see you in a minute. One build I've been meaning to finish, just never have, is a wool collector. Right click, first slot, blah 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 blah. Yep. And you here. Okay, so that does not, only the advanced one has. There we go. And so yeah, solar panel will keep it charged up. This guy can just kind of hang out and get sheared. Why is this not collecting? It should be collecting. Okay, cool. Alright, so we finished that build. Alright, I'm gonna finish deciding what we're gonna work on. I think it's gonna be AE2. I think. Be back in a minute. Alright guys, we're back. So, like I said, I figure we probably is best to have us work on AE, and that's automating the inscribers, because you know everything pretty much kind of falls in line with getting our AE system up and running. Because gotta have a place to put stuff, and I can't be bothered to be making all these little whatever they're called by hand. So get the inscribers and automated, and then that'll open up so we can automate AE a little bit better, and we can kind of get into ore processing because we got room to store things, got make a miner to import things, make some DSUs to store the lots of stuff like stone and cobble and sand and stuff. So it's just time. So I think I'm getting close to getting everything. And the last thing I need is cable. We got 14 pieces there. I need a little bit more than that. Probably gonna need more like a stack when it's all said and done. No, change this to quartz, please. So I just pulverized a bunch. That'll work. Okay, that'll work for now. So we do have this one inscriber right here, which looks like it had some goodies in it already, which is fine. So I have noticed a dupe bug when I was playing the other day. Alright, so you see I broke that one translocator, got 3 back. Huh, you didn't want to do it that time, huh? Fine, I see how it is. And where I put all my inscriber plates? That's my steel chest. Huh. I had more than that, but whatever. So we're gonna have to do this in phases. So there's gonna be a couple cuts to kind of allow me to do this the way it needs to be done, so I can just kind of keep it straight in my head. So let's run over here to the new AE room. I spent about an hour digging it out, and you'll see it. So I just moved the hole you fall down. I'll put in a elevator here in a minute. So this is going to be the first part of the room, and then it opens up to a much bigger room. This is where we'll put our molecular assemblers, interfaces, and computers and stuff like that. So I've got some dirt. Alright, so I made 6 inscribers. And you may say 6, I can't math good. Well, I can, but you'll see. So those 4 will be the ones that are making our bits and pieces from the actual presses. The other 2 will be the ones that actually combine everything together, and they were going to go on this side. because it didn't really have enough room to do it right here like I wanted it. So, interface, and I'm going to wrench them. You don't have to wrench them, but I just like it to. I did leave myself a little way to get back here. Okay, cool. Alright. So we'll go cable there. Cable there. Bring cable back. And now I can't get out. And then we'll bring cable, continue to bring cable around. And up. Up and over. Okay. Alright, 6 import buses, both on the sides. Alright, so basically the interface will inject in the whatever material it is to get pressed. The import bus will yank it back into the network. That's in theory how it's going to run. And alright, let me come over here. I'm going to need a little bit more space. Alright. So let's say that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Into there. And we'll repeat. Okay. Now I just put all the cable in. And that, of course, they don't have all the correct import and out and export buses and everything, but that's fine. We'll fix that. I just needed to kind of get an eyeball of where everything needs to be to lay out. Alright, cool. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is I need to get a pattern terminal, which I already have one because I made it for the chicken shack. And I'm going to get these guys encoded, and I'm going to drag. That's why I made all this cable. I'm actually going to yeah, that's what I was doing. A skeleton with a enchanted bow. So then I'll drag this back over here. Back underneath our workroom. You know, I was sitting here working. I think it might be time to make a QED. Just saying. Well, you know what? I don't need to do that. Actually, that's fine. So here's our work terminal. So we'll just drag the AE cable back over there. Alright, quick cut. Let me get some more pieces together. Alright guys, we're back. So I spent a little bit of time getting things kind of wired up. I wired this guy up while I was making some more energy conduit so I can stretch power into underneath the workshop. So let's get these guys automated. So logic. Now I have to get all the little parts first. Why do you not have power? You all should have power, but none of you do. Alright, let me take a look. Alright, I figured out my problem. So, well, before I could get to it. So, if you have these guys You know, I have these set to with the arrow pointing. I guess they don't transfer power anymore. So that is kind of different. But whatever. I mean, we can work around it. So, alright, so you're silicon, which I already have, so I don't need to do that. Actually, I need to pop. Nope, I do not. It does not need to be popped down. So this one has the arrows pointed. This is engineering. Wait a minute. You're just messing with me now. See? That one done. That one's not working. But that one is. And oh shit. Now you're working. See? Whatever. They're all working now. So what I did, I just did that so I have a copy of each one of these little circuits. Let's pop back through here. And that spider is obnoxious. Alright. Come over to the pattern terminal. Ooh, I need to get that. And let's get some patterns made. So we're gonna need, what do you got? Glass. Let's do that. 4-ish, 5-ish. I'll do 5. Alright, so we'll come up here. And so what I'll do is I'll say turn this to processing pattern. So gold equals engineering encode. Let's get rid of the rest of this crap. And then diamond equals engineering. Pure equals calculation. And silicon equals printed silicon. Fantastic. Alright, next what we'll do is let me grab the circuits back. I just don't know why I threw the redstone away. Redstone. And then that's silicon again. Alright, so that should be all we need for this. Alright, this is engine logic. So just press shift on there, I can see which one it is. Tidy that one back up. This is silicon. I didn't put them in any sort of order. Silicon. Engineering. And you must be calculation. Fantastic. Okay, so now I have the ability to request each of those printed circuits. And now what we'll do is we'll set these to automatically export any silicon into the bottom slot. And we're going to have 2 because that way, I'll just finish this out. So redstone to the sides. Let me get rid of you. Sides. And silicon on the bottom. Which we only have 1 silicon in the network, so that's why to do there. And then I'm going to have to grab a, what do you call it? Card. Capacity card. Capacity card. Capacity card. Oh, I only have one. Certus. I'm out of Certus. Dang. Run over here and get the. Oh, it looks like we're at 25 minutes. All right, let me wrap this up and then I'll come back and we can call it good. So I'll see you in just a second. Alright guys, back. So, just going through a test run here, I requested 10 logic and 50 silicon. And you can see that they are stamping away. Now, I did have to make one change to the system, and I realized as soon as I cut, I'm like, that's not going to work. I mean, it'll work, but it's not going to work like I want it to be. Kind of my end game. And what I'm going to do is I like to do my storage bus on an interface and then tell the network to keep a set number of items. But the way I had it is only the circuit was going to be shown in the network. It wasn't going to actually have the... you guys just leave me alone. I'm trying to do stuff. Alright. Let me switch to here. So in the network, it was only going to see that the printed logic circuit was going to be in the available network to request. But I want it to be able to show this so I can request this, not this. So when I use my interface and storage bus in a future episode, in a future build, I'm going to tell it to keep this stocked. I couldn't tell it to keep this stock because every time I tell it to keep this stock, it's automatically going to send it to the inscriber to be processed, and it's going to be an endless loop, and it's going to burn up all my gold. So, quick, easy fix. Just throw an interface on the top with each of the circuits, like that. And that way, the network will automatically see that that is in the network. So you can see that I can request straight off that, and you see that I came down here and I requested 10 logic, and if I run back upstairs, or I should say fly, oh, I think we had 43 before I cut. Yep, 53 now, and it's processing the silicon right now to keep those par levels up. So it was working now. This makes me happy now that I can tell it to just request a bunch of them, and I can start making more drives, and I can start making more import and export buses. So this makes me happy. I am going to probably do it off camera, but I'm going to automate. There's another soulbound. Growth. Oh, it's down there already. So I need to automate the growth acceleration chamber and the charger. I'll do those both off camera. Just need to grab a few more interfaces, but now since everything is, you know, easy for me to craft, it really takes no time. You guys, you can see it takes no time to bang out an interface. And then I'll need a import bus. I don't have any more, do I? No. Yeah. So cool deal. And 2 import buses. Now I can automate those 2 as well. I need a little more cable. But that'll be it for today. We're 29 minutes, so perfect timing. I do want to get a QED. I am getting a actually, we have interdiction torches from... Oh, I don't have... Well, I can make one. Might grab a few of those too. We'll see. We'll play with that next episode because just can't get any work done without just mobs jumping on your head. And I do want to get... Remember, it used to be called a wrath lamp. Now it's called a magical lamp. Yeah, they're just crafting. Remember, you have to blow up the diamond block and you get like 18 little shards. But I don't have any dark iron yet. I haven't found it yet. So that'll be perfect in here. So, alright, I'm rambling. You guys have a great day, and I will see you soon.